Hello! Oh wait, my face cam, it's not on! Oh no, the thing isn't working. But anyways, hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 32, day 6. It is a yellow day, and apparently we're going without face cam today, oh well. But anyways, let's go and get into the battles here. We're going to be running pretty much with what we normally do, which is our Guild War Yellow, throwing down Gorgulfa into Famine, getting those drains down, particularly good against these, since we could just go straight for the grapple pot, get that disabled, and then go from there. We're also going to be going over the new troop that's coming out tomorrow, and of course we'll be going and doing all that with the events, and there's a lot of new stuff on events now too, since the new patch, because of all the stones too. All 6 of those stones are now relevant to go over, since they will be changing every single week as far as what you can do with them within the Soul Forge themselves. But anyways, let's get into the battles here. Let's move that up, get that rolling, see what we can get for mana, and hopefully get all of the wins we need. He does have a cast to do immediately, which will likely land. Okay, good. We are lucky enough that it does not, so we'll get ourselves some yellows. See specifically where we want to do that. We could yellow into yellow, given that our team is pure yellow. That does seem like a pretty good idea, and he'll get skull distracted if he goes for it. Oh, got a really nice yellow off the top, but do we have a drop there? No, we do not. There's no drops on either side. A lot of mana we could take there, though. But we'll just go for the Gorgulfa. That will now give us the Famine that we need, and we can pretty much just win from there, assuming he does an extra turn, and he does not. Very good. Nothing we need to go take off the board. So we can just throw the Famine straight into his HP buffer right there, just to make sure that he doesn't get it. Get an Amnesia here. Try getting that second Famine up. Unable to do it, and we are unable to target that. We do not have our Famine up, so I have no way of directly stopping it from doing anything. So right here, I'm going to go and hopefully get an extra turn, and we did indeed land it. So now we have the damage we need to go and kill something, if we so choose. I think I'm going to hold off, though, and just go for the Famine here. Not going to hit on either of them. I'm just going to let it take whatever, and then we'll just kill these out manually. The only thing I should have done there is maybe kill that one out, because it still gains HP every single extra turn it gets. I was hoping we could get a small skull, but I might just have to waste a Moloch for it, though, if we're unable to get it. Nope, but there we go. Perfect. There is the one skull we need. Poke it down. Hello, Rat PF. Welcome. Welcome. And now we still have to deal with this thing. We could easily do that by just getting some yellow. Problem is, we need to go get ourselves some yellow. Let's go through an explosion. I also need that to completely die. There we go. We got our Famine. That's what we need. And now we can just throw Famine into that. That will be 24. That will be 55 damage. Too short. Wow. Okay. Well, looks like I just have to waste my turn then because of that. So now it just takes any mana. And now we have enough damage. So we'll throw that at it. That will be enough to kill. That mana drains the other one. And now we can finally Moloch it. So no way that it could possibly dodge us anymore. All we have to do is just get Famine mana back up, poke it once, and get a Moloch off to also poke it once. Which I guess I'll do right now, just so it can regain its mana in case we need the second cast on it. Also, hello, Questor, welcome. Man, tomorrow's event doesn't look like it's giving us anything too strong this time around. Doesn't look like it's going to be useful in its current state, and the current state that it's in is probably its final state as well, so we'll just have to see. But if that is indeed how it's coming out, which it most likely is, it looks weaker than a goblin, looks weaker than a raven, looks weaker than a good majority of other alternatives that are similar to it. So, yeah, it's a brown-red 9 mana cost. It has a partial chance for an extra turn, but its ability is very random, and it's so random and so low damage, and it just won't really be used at all, most likely. Well, still going to be going over. If nothing else, its trait stones are still good, so we'll always have that at least. Right off the bat here, it looks like I'm just going to have to take a useless move. I'm leaning towards the purple because he's just going to drain whatever I do it on. For whatever reason, he went for the Famine there. That's actually really bad. I did not want him hitting my Famine. Really wish he would have went for the Amnesia instead. Normally it goes for whatever has the highest mana. The AI has been acting a little bit differently lately, so maybe there's just one of the different things that it's doing now. Not wanting to hit whatever has the most mana always. That's normally a good thing, but yeah, that can come back to backfire us if it actually hits at lowest HP instead, which might be what it's now targeting at. Oh, wait, it got a skull. Oh, that's really bad. We had our full mana on it, but now we in a pretty bad situation because now it's going to get a drain. I don't really have a way around that. We could try getting Amnesia back up, but that's not really going to help us against a Scion here. So, takes. Do we go bother into brown? I guess we do. As long as it doesn't take another skull. Okay, so we'll just go for a poke there. 2 more skulls, we'll get it. And there's another one already. We might be able to get it down before it gets to do anything more. Desdemona. Interesting choice. And given what our team is, that's actually going to be pretty bad for us. The fact that he has a Desdemona randomly on it. I also can't directly target it, which is a little bit bad. And it's getting really lucky. Wow, double Desdemona. Very easy hits. And she does, of course, counter out yellow Daemons, which is literally our entire team. So this probably would have been one of the nice times to go get, what's his name, into the battle. What is his name? What's his name? Infernus. Because Infernus, even though he looks like a Daemon, actually is a Divine. So he would not be counterable by the Desdemona. It would still get the yellow bonus, which I think is double damage? Yeah, double damage to yellows and extra turns if they're a Daemon. And of course it does both if they're both, which is our entire team is both. Alright, there goes another poke on the Famine. Really surprised it hasn't gotten the kill yet. A lot of its true damage is going down on it. That is not a full Desdemona, and the fact that it got a kill there doesn't matter too much because we just revive it right back. We now have our Famine option, and since both of them have Stealthy, we can easily just target it. And I believe that is enough damage. That is 50 damage, but it gets the burn as well, assuming the burn hits. If the burn doesn't hit, that would be a problem. Oh, never mind. That was enough damage even without it. Okay, apparently I calculated something wrong in that. But we'll just go and actually wait a turn. I want to try and drain him once he gets full mana around that point. I guess we could do it now. I don't have anything else I need to take this turn. So we'll throw that down. Nor does he, though, so we'll do that. And he'll just move that over. Doesn't get anything out of it. We'll just take the purple. Still not enough for a cast. Take the skull and any poke from here for we'll kill it. And down it goes. Oh, that battle definitely could have got a bit smoother, but not too bad. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Candy. Hello, Xerix. Don't forget to check in on your Let's Play account. Yes, I know. I always make sure to do that before the Sunday ends. Don't always necessarily do it on stream, but I always do make sure to get to it. Just because it takes a little bit of time to transition between them. What do we do here? We'll go take the nothing. Oh, which way do we go? We have 2 different ways we could take it. We could either take a brown into blue, or we could take a yellow into blue. I think I take the yellow into blue just so he doesn't. He has less chance on mercy to actually be able to do anything. And then we just take a standard brown. Or maybe we try dropping for one. He still doesn't have anything off his mercy, regardless. I didn't get it. And there he goes doing his little mercy. That does pretty much nothing other than help get our Gorgolfa to full by making it so all the purples are yellows instead. Looks like he's getting a Corvash very soon. A Famine will be able to deal with that if we get enough mana here. 1 mana short! Oh, at least he didn't Corvash. If he would have gotten full Corvash here, that would have been really bad. But I don't know if I Moloch him or not. I'd rather get the Famine in on it, so I'm just going to go for the Explosion here. Get pretty much all of our mana. He did not go for it on Famine, but not that big a deal. Double check if we have a drop. We do, but we're frozen on the brown right now, so I can't actually go for it. That is a lot of brown mana, though we don't even have anything that needs to take the mana anyways. So we'll do that. Well, it's not an extra turn anymore, but we're still frozen, so hey, might as well go for it. We wouldn't have gotten a extra turn regardless. Now we're finally unfrozen. Or at least on brown anyways. Oh, never mind. Well, refrozen again, but we got our Famine up. That's all we need. I think I might throw the Moloch in this instance, though, just to kill out the Corvash. Now we have our Famine to use. We could throw that on probably the Queen Mab. That's the only thing that can technically kill us on the opposing team. And it appears to be doing pretty good at doing so. Okay, we're frozen on yellow. That is, of course, very bad. I have Famine, but he's just going to Valkyrie into full mana. How do we play this? I think I actually explode here with a Gorgolfa. Because I can't take those yellows. We lose our turn if I do. So we'll do that. And we get a poke. He gets a poke back, though it's hitting Gorgolfa, so it doesn't really matter as much. We can get our Famine now, throw down Queen Mab, and just start poking even more. Those purples I have to let it take. There is no way around that. So we'll throw that down. Just try getting our Famine back up. Get our Explosion. Clear out the board. Got a Moloch too, so if we don't get it up in time, we still have the backup. Get a Gorgolfa. And it should be enough for Famine. There we go. Get a poke. And now we just throw a Famine into it, into a Moloch. And that should be almost enough damage, if not enough. Yep, and then the Moloch will clear it out. And now we are safe. There's pretty much no way we could lose at this point. Are we unfrozen on blue? Yes, we are. So we can go take that. Just get that out of the way. Get our explosion. Actually, probably should have amnesia there. Not too big a deal, though. We'll go throw this down. That'll give us the manas we need. And then we just Moloch into, I wish, a full famine. So we'll throw the Moloch there. Almost dead, and then the famine will kill. Yep, or the skull. That works too. And down it goes. Let's see. Did I make a mess shaving today, or just no face cam? Oh no, just no face cam. It wasn't really working. I could try getting it back up real quick. The stream might go down if I try doing that though. Let me see. I can try getting the face cam working. I was mentioning that at the beginning that it just wasn't working. Let's see. Normally just restarting the thing does it, but the stream might go down if I do that. I can try it real quick. I need to make sure I do it super quick though. Let me see. Well, let me. I don't know why it actually does this at all though. Let me see. Where'd it go? It's the video capture device, and it's just showing nothing for whatever reason. Even if I go change it between them, it's really weird. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it too much right now. It's just not wanting to work at the moment. Okay. Anyways, let's get into battle number 4. I know, I still have my whole beard. I'm probably not doing that until around more towards Christmas. Probably like a day or 2 before Christmas. Let's see. We'll move that over. AnarchyChampion up against a Corvash though. What's the new troop tomorrow? The new troop we will be going over in a moment. It's a brown-red useless troop. Though the brown-red trait stones are relevant because of Ragnagord and stuff like that, particularly Ragnagord. That's probably the first thing I would put it in if I had nothing brown-redded yet. I don't know if I would exactly say Lava Elemental anymore, though, because he technically got a very small nerf indirectly, the most recent patch, because his burn can no longer leak into the following troop. But his... Oh, no, don't you Corvash. Okay, good. I mean, don't you... Yeah, Corvash. But anyways, what was I just saying? Tangenting. Let's see. Oh yeah, the new troop tomorrow is pretty bad, is the bottom line. Well, what do we do here? Go throw the famine, get that out of the way. Where's Tacet? I'm hidden. I'm hiding in the nothingness. We'll throw a Moloch, kill that out. The camera just wasn't working. Tacet is submerged. Where did we go here? Throw down the... It's a really weird thing that this program does sometimes. I actually have to do that pretty much every single stream. Sometimes the camera just doesn't want to work for whatever reason. I still don't know why that is. What do we even do here? Do we even throw famine? We don't really need it. And yes, I know I just casted that on something that has no mana. It's because I'm wanting to save his mana for famine. What do we do here? I guess we just take a little bit of mana we need. Though the problem is none of the mana on the board we actually need. So I guess we just throw a blank famine just for the sake of it. And just kill him off with a skull. Well, there's the skull we needed. We'll take that. Get ourselves a Gorgolfa. He's going to poison us again. He can get a double kill if he actually gets that off. Ideally, that will not actually happen, though. Okay, good. We got ourselves a famine. I think I'm going to use it. Probably on the one that's being... Oh, excuse me. Probably on the one that's being more annoying at the moment. Though then again... what do we do here? Well, ideally, he'll take a skull that will allow us to take another skull after. I'm actually not going to famine. Oh, he got a double skull out of that. Maybe I should have gone for it. Oh well. But we'll throw that. Get our Gorgolfa. We'll Moloch kill him. And then we'll... Or never mind. There we go. And then we just famine into whatever else against the last one. We'll throw that down on it. Get our famine. Get a poke. And Moloch should be enough to kill. And down it goes. Way more than enough. And then the final battle. Then we'll go over to new troop. And then just mess around with a bunch of teams. Let's see. What do we have? Oh gosh, this again. Okay, well at least it doesn't have the Desdemona. Desdemona was actually a little annoying in the previous battle. Almost lost it to it, her. But we'll go move that. Get some yellows while we still can. And there he goes. Yeah, I think it's just hitting lowest HP now instead of highest mana. The Spirit Fox, that is. Because it's no... it's not hitting the famine for whatever reason. Which is odd. He does have enough damage to one-shot it the next time he casts, which is going to be bad. I'll take a skull. Also take another skull if we can find it. Unfortunately, he went for his as well. I guess we go for Amnesia for the most part. Want to make sure she gets full mana. Skull Distract, I'm going to go for it right there. Perfect. Let's keep going for Amnesia, see if we can actually get any progress on her. I'm pretty sure we are going to get drained before we can get her all the way up. But that is the goal. Never mind, we actually did indeed get her. Move that down. Can we get anything rolling? Let's go do this on green. Can we actually get a Famine? Oh, we actually did. That's perfect. Okay, he did drain us there, but we could just kill him. I think that's enough damage. Not going to bother counting it out because that's what we would do regardless if it was enough damage or not. I'll just get our explosion. And what else do we need from here? Moloch, we don't really need a throw. I just need to get full mana, so we'll try working on that on our yellows. Get the other yellow. Oops, wrong move. And out of safety's sake, I think I am going to go for a Moloch here. And then we'll get our Famine. And now we have enough durability that the Spirit Fox shouldn't be able to kill us, even when it tries going for its drain there. Get that, throw down a nice Famine. I guess we'll go and kill the Rag since we can't really target the other one. That'll get rid of both their manas. And now we can just poke it with anything, even just a Moloch would be enough. Actually, let me take the Skull, because he's going to take it anyways, regardless. And he does not hit anything important with Spirit Fox, so he does get a really big cascade out of it. We'll just take the Skull, throw a Moloch on it, and it's pretty much match after one more little poke. We'll do that, and then the Moloch kills, and down it goes. What's our score? Seems like a 9,300 day. Should be somewhere around that. Our second or third battle, whatever one was against that Desdemona one, pretty bad. Oh, also, our final achievement! We have gotten it. 100% achievements. That took no time at all. But yeah, if we bring that up now, we have hit 100% achievements. Again. That took, like, no time at all. Well, I guess for some newer players, it would actually take a really long amount of time. But there wasn't really anything that hard to do if you've already been playing. The only thing that was even remotely considered challenging was getting to vaults and treasure hunts. But even that's decently easy. It only takes a couple hours of trying to get that. Anyways, yeah, 100% now. And all of Guild Wars has been completed. Let me go over the new troop. Let's see. Troops. Where are you? Troops. Troop, where do you go? Trying to find the screen for it. There it is. Found it. Okay. So, the new troop. Let me go bring that up. Where'd it go? Oops, that's my face. Yeah, though it's still not showing. But the image should still show. It's really weird that you can modify that. Oops, that's not the way I meant to show. That is pretty funny. The thing from earlier. Where's my window capture? There it is. Window capture. Window capture? Okay, now the window capture's not... Okay, there it goes. The window capture. So, this is the new troop coming on Monday. It is pretty useless. It deals a very minimal amount of damage. I was expecting this to be way higher, given that it's random and not even 100% chance to extra turn. But it deals damage to an enemy, and if they die, it gains an extra turn. But the amount of damage is excessively random, and I don't even think it hits that much higher than a goblin, even at max hit. Obviously, this value will be a lot higher once we have it mythicked and with all of our bonuses and stuff. But still, I think that only goes up to, like, what, 30, 31, 32? That is not much higher than a goblin. If I go and bring up a goblin real quick, we can go see... Let me see. Yeah, that's the right one. If we go bring up a goblin, we could see that his damage is... For only 6 mana, 100% extra turn, it is 24. And she will have around a 16 to 32, I want to say. Somewhere around there, damage. So her average is only about the average of a goblin, and she doesn't even gain an extra turn. Plus, she's more mana cost. Plus, she has worse traits. Well, maybe not necessarily worse. They're really situational. But let me go bring that back up. But yeah, as far as traits, she does a stealthy, which is decent because she can't be targeted as well. Swift, so she gets to start with pretty much all of her mana. She starts with 6 out of the 9. So all you have to do is take a 3-pier, and even if it doesn't surge, you would still gain full mana, which is nice. And other than that, you would also have the agile, which would be 20% skull dodge, which the goblin does not have. The goblin doesn't have any form of skull mitigation. So it's okay. Nothing that's really going to be used too much. Maybe really early game. Raven is stronger than it. Goblin stronger than it, apparently. At least based on what I can currently see. So it is not really going to get much usage, but we'll still mess around with it. If nothing else, it is a brown-red. So stock up on brown-red trait stones. It's not an epic, so they do cost 300 glory each. But still, even at 300 glory each, it's definitely worth it if you don't have a if you don't have second trade on Ragnagord or something like that. But anyways, that is the new troop for tomorrow. Let's see. But yeah, let me go see if I can restart the stream real quick and see if that will bring up my face. I think that's like the only way to make it work. Unfortunately, it might just completely tangent the stream, but let me try it real quick. There we go. Success. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that sometimes. All you have to do is like restart it and it's like, boom, it wants to work now. It is really weird. I don't know why that is, but literally just Xing it out and then opening it back up sometimes works. I have no clue why that is, but hey, we got face cam again. Yeah, it's really finicky like that sometimes. No clue why. But anyways, that's the new troop for Monday. Let's go through the dungeons. We're not really getting anything interesting until this Friday as far as new content. Friday is going to be bringing the new Mythic, which in its current state looks like it's going to be really, really good. And they might tweak it again, who knows, either in a positive way or a negative way. So far, every single time they tweaked it, they made it stronger every time, but they might do it the other direction, we'll see. At the current moment, it seems pretty balanced, though. Alright, we'll throw that down, get ourselves one more AoE, get us off the win, and we'll be good to go. Is there any downside to using the same defend team every day? Yes, you basically lose 10,000 Guild War points. You should always use a different team on every single day. There's no point in not doing so. Right, let's go get all our diamonds. Let's see. Also, if we have any mods here, I don't know why, but we've been getting spammed a lot more, probably because of the holidays and stuff. Make sure to remove all of the thingies. They make really normal-ish comments too. I'll go and throw over Wan. Throw that down. Get a firebomb. We do have a drop. No, we don't have a drop, so we'll throw that down. And then we can just split damage kill. Yeah, that was me who ended up doing it for that one. Actually, I don't think we have a single mod here at the moment. And let's get into the next one. Okay, well, let's go take ourselves a red down, get our firebomb, get that rolling. Also, if you haven't yet, don't forget it's the last little bit of time to get your extra glory off of your, off of the little owl, the Struzik, or whatever he's called. Still can get that +5 glory per PvP battle that you win, and you can just spam the 1 trophies and get a lot from it. Let's see. You've been seeing a lot more people run 2x troops with Fizzbang. I have not been seeing an increase in that. People still run her in Guild Wars as an all-goblin team for one of their days. But I haven't been seeing double of her in PvP anymore. That has stopped, or at least from what I've seen. Maybe very, very occasionally. But I haven't seen it being picked up anymore. It's still decent, though. Oh, in Guild Wars? Why would someone run 2x Fizz in Guild Wars? They would lose 500 points if they did. Because that would be a duplicate. Yeah, I've been seeing her in 1. She normally gets used with Nobin Brothers. What's the full team? It's normally Nobin Brothers, Fizzbang, Grapple Pot, and Goblin Rocket is normally what gets used. And we'll go claim our diamonds, get all of that. 1 Celestial, 500 souls, 80 diamonds, 2 gem keys, and 400 shards. If you're ever going to spend the 50 gem thing, it's definitely the best day to do it on Sundays if you're only going to do it on one of the days. Because you're already getting 20 gem worth just right there, not even counting everything else. And then if you start counting everything else, it is definitely worth it. But let's go and see what we can do for PvP. Probably just go back to the little owl, enjoy the +5 glories while we can. I think we already did the event like 3 times over this week. Let me see. Nope, not even 2 times over, but we did indeed do it. And we'll just go and farm that little bit of glory while we still can. And maybe next week we'll be able to do it again with whatever the troop is, or with the troop I should say. We already know what it is. Let's see, remove that. Go take a purple to the blue. I wish there was a way to have like an anti-bot program on my stream. I don't think there's such a thing for that though. We'll go take the little poke down. Take the blue. Take a red to brown. Go get our Golf there. Hello, good evening, Maximuse. Okay, Maximuse, you're in charge of blocking all the bots now. Go. There's been an increase in them. You'll see what I mean when they start appearing again. Dragon Soul. They've been really bad the last few days. And that's match. Here, have a Strozik. I tried going and Furnace, Bard, and whatever 4th slot. Wait, Gorgolfa and Furnace Bard and whatever 4th slot? Yes. I have tried that before. It's, Gorgolfa... Well, normally I do that with a Mercy, but of course you can't Mercy it for, Guild War Day. But, yeah, I have tried that before. Maybe next Yellow Day we'll make that as our main team. Yeah, that's normally what I roll with. It's, Dawnbringer, Gorgolf... or not normally what I roll with, but it is a pretty decent team. And Furnace, and then the, Mercy in the back. And you run it on double yellow banner. Banner. And we're good to go. Okay, so yeah, something along this line. Obviously, for Guild War, you wouldn't be running Mercy, but you can put almost anything there and it'll still work. It's mainly these 3 that you need to make it work. Oops, I should have probably taken the Mercy first, and then taken that. Oh well, not that big a deal. Take a yellow? Yeah, take a yellow. Get that going, get a Gorgolfa. And should be good to go from there. Hopefully get a Mercy cast on whatever we have on the board. Yes. Actually, do we even need it? I guess we'll still go for it. Why not? Take the blue over. And yeah, that's pretty much good to go. Move that over just to get rid of it. Throw it on. And get our explosions down. Take the red. Take the yellow. Get our Gorgolfa. And then just kill them. And as team wipe, almost. Never mind. Yeah, something along those lines. Just without a Mercy. But for PvP, that's the way you would run it. How did you get Mongo achievement? You don't have it, but you got Mongo? I believe I got it just from getting a troop. Maybe try going on Mongo's card? I forget exactly specifically what ended up triggering it, like the exact moment. I think going to this page for whatever reason may have activated it. Have you tried going into his page yet? Like going into Mongo, clicking on him, upgrade, and like clicking through them. I don't know specifically what I did. I know something randomly ended up making it happen. I think when I opened some chests, and even though I didn't get a Mongo from them, have you opened any chests since then? Because I believe just opening chests will automatically unlock it. Because it might only check when you're opening chests, and then if you already have it, then it will give it to you. Because that was around the time I believe we got it. Same as the other one, the mythic guy, Xenos. Oh, why did I do that instead of using Mercy? Fail. That was such a perfect Mercy cast, and I'm like, okay, let's go take this this off the board for no value whatsoever. We're not frozen on blue, so we can actually get away with that. I have not fixed myself since we did that move, but let's go see. I guess we'll have to throw a Mercy here. And then we'll get a Gorgolfa. Oh, that was a really good move. We might actually lose because of it. Do we have anything we can move? We can go take that. Get a Dawnbringer down. And all that mess, is there really not an extra turn? That's somewhat a good thing. Yeah, there we go. So we'll throw a Dawnbringer here. And then we'll go Gorgolfa, clear the board. Definitely another Mercy. Hopefully alignment. And nope, no alignment. Are we frozen on yellow? Yes, we are. So we'll just throw in Furnace. And then just Gorgolfa into almost the kill. Oh, we had another Mercy there. I am missing every possible Mercy this time around. But we'll just throw this into it, and then that's matched into a into an Infernus. I do not have anyone lined up, but there was someone mentioning that they have someone. But yeah, if you guys can find anyone else, because I believe they said it was a low level, like a level 400 something. But yeah, if we can find a higher level, that'd be great. I currently don't have anyone lined up, though. The person who was proposed earlier doesn't look like they'll be able to do the achievement, or not the achievements, but the requirements too well. But so yeah, we should probably try finding another person if we can. I'll be able to recruit some later tomorrow, but if you can find someone before then, that'd be perfect. Okay, we'll just go take the yellow then. Get a Grigolpa going. If anyone else has any other questions, team builds you want me to do, anything of the such, feel free to leave them in chat. I'll definitely make sure to go over all of them. Wow, he actually got the queen map out of all of that. Wow, he still has not ended his turn. There we go, finally. Problem is I don't have anything to kill him with right now, though. And that's a match. And there's the whip. Yeah, I'll probably do a video soon going over 100% achievements, I guess, now that we finally got it. So it's pretty straightforward, but I know there are some people, particularly some of the people who are lower levels that might be struggling with it. Because I was actually looking at the Steam forum, and I was actually really surprised to see the number of people who are like, these achievements are too hard. But I guess maybe if you don't have that much progress on the account, some of them could be a little bit more difficult. The hardest three, I think, are crafting a Xenos, reaching level 500, and getting 2 treasure hunts, or 2 vaults in treasure hunts. Those, I think, are the hardest 3 that people are probably struggling with. Most of the rest of them are pretty straightforward, though. Throw the Grigolpa. Some of them are even just a requirement for guilds. Like, one of them, I think, is do all 30 Guild War battles in a week, which is what we ended up just getting as our final achievement. What do we do here? We'll throw an Infernus, and then just do a Dawnbringer. Actually, probably should have done the Dawnbringer first, because now we killed one before we got the Dawnbringer down, so technically we got less damage out of our Dawnbringer, since there's less targets for it to hit. I'll just throw a Grigolpa there, get whatever we can, get the nice Infernus, and that's dead. Best Element Grim team without Infernus. The same thing with Infernus, except you replace Infernus with Ural, is pretty much what it would be. So it'd be this team right here. But instead of Infernus, you would throw Ural Firemantle. This is what we used to run before Infernus was a thing. It covers 1 hole less color, but it still works. So it's Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Element Grim, and Ural fully traded, instead of a Infernus. It is what we used to run pre-Infernus, and it still worked just as well. Though at the time, these things weren't nerfed yet. Unfortunately, they are at the moment, so this team is slightly weaker than it was before, but should still play about the same way as it did in the past. And we just throw that for double brown. We are frozen at the moment, unfortunately. If we could just get that cleanse, we'd be good to go. I don't want to throw anything yet because we are still frozen, so I'm just going to wait it out a little bit. Okay, good. He didn't hit any extra turns. We're still frozen on that, though, so we're just going to keep delaying him. Hopefully he won't kill us. Nope, we're just going to have to start throwing it. We don't really have much of a choice there. I guess we'll take a skull and see what happens from there. Nope, we are still frozen. That's bad. I guess I just have to throw it. Don't have a choice. And that does a lot of damage. Still frozen. But at least we're not frozen on purple. And is that enough damage? I'll throw that. Double the purple. Get that again. And do we even need to get the Ural in there? Just move that over. And Ural for the final blow. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like without a Infernus. Let me go try it against Not Freeze so we can show it a bit better. There we go. There's Not Freeze, though also a slightly annoying team, but should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, we stream Gems of War every single day. Oh yeah, it's Kama. Hello. You're that one person from RuneScape. Welcome. Yeah, we stream Gems of War every single day. I was going to start doing more RuneScape content, particularly once my main account actually gets a little bit further progressed, which will be a little while though. But yeah, I've been doing that slightly on my downtime here and there. mainly just with AFK methods. But I've mainly been waiting on that before I make more content on the game. We'll throw down Grim. Double the purples. Hello, Bridget. Welcome. Ah, we didn't get the last little bit of mana we needed. Okay. Well, let's just throw a Earl down. Get it off on something just to get a kill. That'll give us full mana. And it should be match. But yeah, that's basically what the team looks like if you don't have the Mythic of Grim. It still works. A little bit clunkier than not having Grim, but it still gets your job done. You can also still use it on Red Guild War Day. I mean, wait, yeah, that's right. You can still use it on Red Guild War Day without any issues whatsoever, because it's still pure red. You just lack one additional color, though. It's not too big of a difference. Oops, why did I do Grim? The biggest benefit that you really get from Infernus isn't even the fact that he uses yellow. It's mainly he does more damage, and he also does more burn, so that you get the entirety of the burn immediately. He also does a Firestorm, and when you're using a Earl, you don't get any Storm on your team, which makes it less of a chance to extra turn. And since your whole team's using red, it's pretty useful. Let's see. Also, hello, Nicholas, as well. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost equally as efficient, pretty much. Like, I'll go do another battle right here, and it'll look like almost the exact same battle. Oh, except this one has a Queen Mab. Never mind. This one will actually look a lot worse now. Because Queen Mabs is the biggest counter to what we're using right now. Yep, and we're already frozen. We'll take the skull. Take a... Oh, of course, we're frozen on yellow, and that's the thing that's sitting right there. There's no way I can take that yellow. I guess I'd take it regardless, though. Just so he doesn't get it. So I'll take it that way. I did it that way just so we could try for a Surge. There was no point in us taking the 4. I need his last little bit of mana. I was going to take that the previous turn, but we were frozen on the thing. Now that they Mercy too, that's actually going to make this quite a bit more difficult. We're just going to have to delay a little bit until the board gets fixed on its own. We did get unfrozen though, which is nice. That's at least one thing going for us, but there's only 2 purple on the entire board, so we're not moving really far with that anytime soon. As I give him an extra turn, good job. Let's see. We'll just double the purple, I guess. And we just get that into Grim, if nothing else. At least he's getting a little bit more mana. And then we should be good from here. So we'll just start rebuild that back up, get a double, and should hopefully be unfrozen on that. And once we do, we can just loop out against them. Yellow, we are still frozen, so I do need to take it though, so he doesn't keep applying freezes. And he misses on Valkyrie, and we get the unfreeze. Though, can we get the last little bit of our mana? I'm actually not going to take this for 5 times because there's no need to. And that's exactly why I did that. Tried getting a red, and we actually got it. Very lucky. And now we just need to double this and not miss. That missed. At least it didn't give him Corvash mana. Well, I kind of did, actually. Not an extra turn, but it gave him quite a bit of his mana. We'll just throw a poke there. He's going to get a Corvash, so there's not much we can do about that. He didn't cast for whatever reason. What do we even do here, then? There isn't anything that's really safe. I'll just take some brown so it leaks into the other one. He's just going to Corvash us, though, and make us lose all of our mana. Yeah, those are some of the things you would never really want to try using it against. Things like Queen Mab and Mercy are the 2 most annoying things to use this team ever against. Normally, you don't see them appear too many times in Guild Wars, if you are running this for Guild Wars. But in normal PvP, it gets ran quite a bit more, since there's no limit to how many you can use the same troop. Yeah, that's pretty much just match at this point. Might just exit that while we can. No, actually, we could still win. If we go for an Infernus right here, we could kill him off with just Infernus cast into an Grim. I'm gonna kill the Corvash just so we don't have to deal with that. And he'll just get that. We still have Impervious on it, so he doesn't get to do anything. Get our reds. See if we can get the last little bit of our mana here. And need yellow. He's gonna Valkyrie that. I don't have any blues I can take to go counter him, nor do we gain any benefit from doing so. So we're just gonna move that over. Let's see. Move that down. Take the purple. Throw the yellow. Ignore the skull. And get another Infernus here, which is almost already dead. But we'll take that. Get the full mana. Grim on our 3 burns. And that into an extra turn would be great. Oh, there we go. And down it goes. That was really sloppy. But down it goes. Let's try that against not spam freeze. And we'll go take the purple. Take the doubling of the brown. And then we just double purple, go from there. Take red. Take double purple. And then just Eldama Grim. Into what else we need? Take the blue. Eldama Grim again, get the Infernus going. And yeah, this is how it's supposed to go when you run in with Infernus. Can't really do that against free spam, but does appear to be working this time around. And of course, since you have Infernus, it does allow the burning immediately, just so you always get the 12 gem spawn, because he only does 1 per burn. Oh, he just does not want to end his turn. There we go, finally. Oh, come on, he dodged it. Alright, we'll double the brown. And then we kill it. If anyone else has any other questions, team builds you want me to do anything of this such, feel free to leave them. Not complaining, but freeze is just so luck powerful because you need a great cleanse. Yeah, freeze is really, really, really powerful. It's one of the strongest stats effects in the entire game, if not the strongest these days. Actually, it might be the strongest stats effect in the game, actually, now that I think about it. It used to be like Death Mark and stuff back when it was like really strong with a 0-turn delay. But yeah, these days, Queen Mab basically is the strongest stats effect. There isn't much stronger than it, though Fairy Fire, the new one coming in, which is technically already in the game, that's also going to be given to quite a few troops in the next kingdom. That is probably going to be pretty far up there. Things like Silence, Freeze, Death Mark, and Fairy Fire are some of the strongest stats effects there are. The weakest are things like Poison and Disease are normally pretty low tier. Poison only doing a 50% chance to do 1 true damage, and Disease only doing basically half a silence. What do we do here? Oh, I meant to throw that on Brown, but oh well. He doesn't even use Brown, so I guess that's somewhat helpful. Oh, we already had Gorgolfa mana, so we didn't really need to keep the Brown. But we'll just go through a Gorgolfa, get ourselves our explosion, get some splits, go from there. Get rid of these greens. Didn't get any extra turn, but that does give him full mana. We'll get a little poke, and then we'll just AoE into a split, and that's matched. Actually, we might have even already had enough just with the split. But that is definitely enough with that one. Can you do Hobgoblin, Goblin Rocket, Goblin Shaman, and Goblin King? Personally, I don't do it with Goblin King. I do it with, what's it called? Hobgoblin instead. Actually, I do that team slightly different than how you have it set up. I normally do it in this order. I can go try your order as well. This is normally what I roll with it for full goblins. It's Boar Rider, Goblin Rocket. Yeah, Goblin Rocket's pretty much always second slot on goblin teams. Or at least these kind of goblin teams, unless you're running it with the whole Fizz Bank thing. But is this the Goblin Shaman? This is the cheapest one that I'm aware of. That doesn't really use any of the epics or higher rarities. It's all ultra rare higher, or lower, I mean. That's normally what I would roll with. Hey, let me go do what you just said. Goblin King. But yeah, that's the cheapest all-goblin team that is viable, from what I'm aware of. Actually, you could probably go even cheaper if you replace out Boar Rider with just a Goblin, but most people have Boar Rider as well. I believe it's only a... oh, whoops, I didn't mean to remove it. No, we don't need it anyways, but... Let's see, move that there. Move that there. What I meant to do was upgrade it. What was the thing I was looking for? Base rarity. Yeah, it is a rare. Just double checking. Anyways, Hobgoblin, Goblin Rocket, Goblin Shaman, and Goblin King. Wait, why am I... I'm already under goblins. Why am I... why am I researching? I can just find them all right here. Yeah, let's go see what this can do. Anything else we need to modify? Or banner-wise? Let's see. Well, obviously we need to change our banner. Probably just a red-yellow would be fine, though. Or you know what? Double yellow wouldn't be horrifically bad. Given that Hobgoblin is blocking us. Let's see. What are we missing? Blue? Oh, yeah. We could just go with that, then. Plus 2, yeah, that'd work. There we go. Sweet. So let's go with that. See what we can do with this. First order of business would be to throw everything on Shegra in this particular battle. Move that over, move that over. What else, what else? Guess get Goblin Rocket up. Oh, never mind, we can't take red. I'm so used to not blocking Goblin Rocket. Normally whenever I make a Goblin team, or almost any team, I tend to not block the Goblin Rocket. Actually, I shouldn't say that. On pure color teams, I obviously block the Goblin Rocket, but on normal teams, like full Goblin teams, I normally try to keep them unblocked so that we can use them purely for mana generation. Very rarely would I, or pretty much never would I put the Hobgoblin in front of the Goblin Rocket, because it takes way too long to get the team going. Let's see, because Goblin Rocket's what's made to get goblins going more often than not. So we'll just do that. Don't kill it. We need it to live. Give us the chance. How do we do this? Is there any way to do it? Yes, there is. We could do that. Get the skull into another skull. Triple skull, actually. Wow. And we get another one, too, to go kill it out. He will get a mercy, and there's nothing I can do about that, though. This is a really good mercy, too. Yep. Yeah, that's match at this point. We'll take a double skull for the extra turn. We don't use red anymore. Need to go get Goblin King somehow. What else do we have to move? Throw the greens. Don't have any mana in him yet, though. Get the skull into a green. Nope, didn't get it. But that dies. Goblin King, you got this. Summon all the best goblins. Let's see a Fizz Bang into a Grapple Pot. Go. What do we need here? Well, mana, obviously. Green Surge would almost be better than taking the skull, so I think I'm going for it. Oh, it extra turned it, though. No! But yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. The best goblin team these days is the following. Let's see. Oops, come on, go. Is it not going? There it goes. Let me go switch over to it. It's, oops, let me go overwrite it. But most of you have probably already seen it from me doing it, or from others doing it in Guild Wars. Actually, I think I do put it on one of my Guild War defends, though you normally don't see it because it's my defense, so we're not actually ever using it. Grapple, and then like any other goblin, and normally I just go Goblin Rocket to try to feed the Nobin a little bit more, and just so we cover the extra yellow. Yeah, it's normally like that. You can also put it like that, depending on what you're up against, if you're specifically using it to invade. Because obviously, if you're up against Corvash, you'd want to put it like that. But normally, I think I keep it like this. I'm pretty sure that's... You know, I could have just switched right into my defend team. Would have probably been a bit better. And the banner I just set to a blue-purple normally, to ensure that Fizz Bang goes good. Let me see, what do I normally set it as on the other one? Guild War Green, I think it's this one. No. What team day did I set it for? I know I have it set. Let me go check. There's one easy way to go see, and that would be to go to the actual Guild War screen. Take the Sticker Tribute first, though. What do we get? Only a 7. Guild War. Defend. There it is. Yeah, exactly the same. I use it on Brown Day. Nobin Brothers, Princess Fizzbang, Grapple Pot, Goblin Rocket. It somehow got 0 wins this time, though it only got 4 battles, so it didn't really have many chances to try to win. Surprisingly, the new team I set as my defend was actually the best. Dark Troll, Azura, Moloch, Plague, MVP this week. It was one of the weaker guilds, so I don't know if that's actually a good representation of this team. But yeah, I went 3-6, which isn't too bad. Or that's only a 33% chance, or 33% win rate though, not a 50%, because it's 3 wins and 6 losses, not 3 out of 6. Anyways, let me go do this team. Hello, Asaya. Welcome. Glad you could join the stream. Yeah, we stream every single night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to go over teams, Guild Wars, all that kind of stuff. And today we end up going over the new trip that's coming in tomorrow, and of course we'll have a whole video on that as well when it gets released. Nothing too interesting though. We're not really getting anything super interesting new content-wise until this Friday with the new Mythic that's coming out. Alright, let's get our explosion, please. Yes, perfect. Exactly what we need. And now we just throw this down. Take our purple. Throw a Goblin Rocket. Yeah, we can take that for a 5-time skull, so we'll do just that. Put that up. Throw that down. Nice explosion. Throw it for damage. Throw it again. There we go. Throw it again. And it's pretty much dead. And kill it with whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point. Go. And down it goes. Yeah, that's pretty much how the team works. And it's currently the best possible goblin composition. And the AI uses it decently as well. It's really easily countered by freeze, but assuming you're not up against freeze or the person isn't using freeze against it, should be fine. It's also why I normally use it on a brown Guild War day, because most people are not running brown for their brown Guild War invades. I don't know anyone who really would. There's only one really viable brown troop that can even do it, and I'm almost guaranteed no one really bothers to run it, and that is the Ice Golem, and that's about it. It can freeze the entire enemy team, but almost no one uses it because it has no damage. It only has life gain and a small board control, which isn't really worth it. The freeze definitely is. Everything else about it, not so much. Okay, well, let's go and see what we can do here. Go take a skull, apparently. Gotta get the Scion out the way, just so we don't have to deal with it. Take a red into a skull. Nope, no skull. Actually, I give him the skull, though he didn't go for it, surprisingly. He was pretty adamant about not taking it. He took everything around it, and not the actual thing. Well, let me go get a Crystallize, since we're going to lose some of our mana anyways. Crystallize does survive through the mana drain. The only thing that removes it is casting or a Dispel. So we'll try to take the purple there into a nice red extra turn. Get that going. Take the red, get a Dragon Soul going. Ooh, Famine. Why? Do I risk it? I think I risk it. Come on, luck! No! Okay. I should probably stop trying to do that. It has a lot higher chance of backfiring, unless you have a Storm. If you have a Storm, it'd probably be worth doing it. But if you don't have a Storm active, there's a higher chance that it would backfire than if it would even go in your favor. Because if I don't cast there, I would still take a lot of damage, but it wouldn't have enough damage to kill anything. It would just get very close. Whereas if I explode and give him all the extra boost ratio, he'll definitely be able to get the kill. Also, why didn't I do Gorgoltha first? I could have gotten the free mana there that we don't get anymore. Like that. See, he doesn't have enough damage because we didn't use an explosion. So maybe it was good that we didn't use the Gorgoltha there then. We'll throw that down. And now we just need one more little poke, or maybe two more. One Christine X will be enough. Or then again, maybe it won't be, because by the time we get that much mana, he's going to heal enough that we won't have enough to kill him. He keeps healing 2 per turn by stealing our 2 HP. There we go. Now we have enough damage. And that won't matter, even if he tries Death Marking. He has a 1-turn delay, so none of them can die. And there we go. But yeah, for any of you that didn't see it earlier, I keep mentioning it, but I didn't actually re-show it again. It's this for the this is the new troop that's coming on Monday. 1 second, let me go bring it back up. It's mainly just going to be farmed for brown-red trait stones. It's the Claw Dancer. It's weaker than Goblin. It's also weaker than almost all the other ones that are similar to it. It hits similarly to a Goblin, except it's a random number that's slightly lower than its max hit, as well as slightly higher than its max hit. So it technically could hit higher than a Goblin, but it could also hit lower than a Goblin, so it's pretty inconsistent. It also has a 3 higher mana cost. Its traits are slightly better, slightly worse. Really just depends on what situation you're using it for. It has Stealthy, so it can dodge specific targeting spells. It has Swift, so it starts with 6 out of 9 of its mana, at least for its very first cast. And it has Agile, so if you happen to be using it in like a first slot or a second slot, it wouldn't be penalized as much, since it does have some chance to dodge the skulls, which is something that Goblins cannot do. But yeah, it's an okay troop. Not anything that's really going to be used a lot. Definitely won't be used with Rogues. I don't think there's a single Rashka team that even uses it either. The really big issue with Rashkas, though, in general, is a good majority of Rashkas have a ability that trigger when you kill an enemy. The problem with this, though, is since there's so many of them that have a ability that can kill that only activates when they specifically kill an enemy, a lot of them are pretty bad to use together, because they all want to be the troop that last hits the enemy, and only one of them can be the one that last hits the enemy. Rashkas are a pretty irrelevant troop type within this game. They used to be categorized under Wild Folk, as well as the Wolf Gears as well. They all used to be just Wild Folks, but then they separated them into like 3 different categories. There were like the Wild Folk, the Rashkas, and then the what did I just mention? The Wolf-looking one. I forget what it's called now. He literally just said it, and I already forget what it's called. But you know what I'm referring to. The ones that look like wolves, like Wolf Garrick and all those. Oh, the War Gears. War Gears. That's what they are, if that's pronounced right. Anyways, That's the new troop. Nothing too over the top, but all the brown reds you could ever get, you will be able to get tomorrow if you need them. First thing I'd put them into is a Ragnagord for sure, 100%, if you happen to have one. Even if you don't have one, save 8 of your trait stones for when you do end up getting a Ragnagord, because it is definitely worth getting a 2-traded Rag. You do not need him fully traded, but you do need his first 2 traits. And once you get his first 2 traits, he's one of the best exploding options in the entire game. Oh, that was pretty lucky we actually got it there. I was trying for it, but didn't think we'd actually get it. Very nice. And throw that down. Maybe get ourselves some yellow here if we can. Nope, don't get anything anywheres. What do we need to move around? Just need to get to full mana somehow. Browns or something. Let's take a skull, I guess. Just so he doesn't do as much. Purple, is there any way I could stop you? Not really, I'll just take that. I wasn't even paying attention to Forest Guardian, but there we go. He doesn't get to do anything either. Get rid of blues right here just so we get that. Get a poke, get a kill. And now we just need a Dragon Soul into everything else and we'll be good to go. So we'll get Dragon Soul up, throw it down, get our ssaszix going, and we'll be good to go. Go down to yellows. Get ourselves the last little bit of our mana after we take Skull Poke. And just Dragon Soul into a ssaszix. And almost don't even need that. There we go. Hello, lowlights. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Was there anything else we had to do before the end of the week? I don't think there was. Soul Forge. Yeah, the only thing in Soul Forge this week was Famine. Yeah, if you still haven't gotten your Famine yet, if you still need one. I know most people are waiting on Fair Shra, but he is still like the second best thing that you can craft if you haven't already gotten yourself one. Really good on brown, green, and yellow Guild War days. That's the main thing he gets used for. He was almost a... He's like instantly 95% plus win rate on brown, green, or yellow Guild War days normally once you get him. Almost anything that you place him in has a decently good chance of winning when using him against the AI, just because of how much mana draining potential he has. It's still possible to lose though. It's very, very unlikely in most situations. Once you get him going, it's just an auto win. Problem is when you don't get him going or the enemy starts getting theirs going before yours is when the issue normally arises. What do we even do here? I don't think I go for skulls since we're kind of entangled at the moment. Might as well just go straight into a Dragon Soul, get our mana up that we need, and then go from there. And he'll just double green, not really much of a threat, just not too many greens. He completely misses, of course. Speaking of greens though, let me go get rid of them all, so he doesn't have as much to take. As I do that though, we're just going to explode and bring them all back on. I guess now I'll try destroying them again. Maybe this time I'll go in blue, just so he doesn't have that option. Though it's not even going to really matter too much, and he gets nothing there. I guess it does matter slightly. And then we get to Dragon Soul in, and down he goes. Now we're almost at 12,000. Let me guess, that's not even halfway there. Let me see. Is 12,000 even half? Probably not. To get on the leaderboard in the top 100, nope. You would need almost 30,000 points. Because I'm pretty sure all these will be about 29,000. By the time the week actually ends in a few hours, or in 5 hours, I should say. But yeah, you need basically 30,000 points to make the top 100 now. That is a lot of points. I will eventually try for it again, the leaderboard. It's not really something I would really go out of my way for, though. I think it takes around 3 hours of PvP a day, approximately, every single day, using your best team the entire time. To be able to do that. Might actually be a little bit more than that. Maybe more towards 4 hours. I actually don't know. I haven't actually timed it recently to see what the win rates are. I know you have to win, realistically, you would need to try to make your team win once every minute if you can. It's still quite possible. Most of my battles do go more towards around 2 minutes these days. But if you're not trying to farm like additional glory or something, you could get it pretty easily down to 1 per minute with some of the quicker ones. Like the Mercy into anything kind of teams. Particularly Mercy into Gorgulfa and Furnace. I believe might be one of the quickest currently available. Anything with Empowered into a really quick start is generally the quickest teams for PvP. Like, come on, cast! Get it down, and get our little split in there. Avina, Banshee, Dark Troll, Warg, or White? For what? For early players, if you don't... Hey, an Arcane Tradestone. If you don't have the Dragon Soul or Valkyrie, what can you use for soul farming? Warg or Banshee. Or Warg plus Banshee, I believe is one of the better ways to go. But yeah, there's not too much. You would, of course, use the Warlock for Necromancy. That's the cheapest Necromancy you can get in the game. Actually, we got one of the 2 brown-blue trait zones they even need for it off that battle. But, let me see. I'm going to type in Soul here. Avina, you wouldn't really bother with as an early game player, or even ever. You can get her for free from doing the Kingdom, but it's not really worth it. Alkalite you could do, but you're better off just doing Warlock. Azurus is good for soul farming, but you wouldn't really have access to it as a newer player. Banshee would be a pretty decent option. You would have around a 10 damage, 10 soul gain early on in the game, somewhere around the general ballpark. So that's decent souls, decent damage. Dark Troll would be decent. I think he does around an 8 souls, I think, somewhere around there. So you can just use him within some kind of team, feed him mana, go from there. Or just use him with a loop, though he is a little bit of a higher rarity. That no one would have. Flesh Golem I wouldn't really bother with. Keeper Soul's too expensive. Cabrera's too expensive. Mummified King is too useless. Nakriza's too expensive. Fairish Ra is way too expensive. Sacrificial Priest isn't really worth it. Soul Zara is probably too hard to obtain. Dragon Soul 2. Well, most people have Valkyrie. If you do have a Valkyrie, Valkyrie would definitely be pretty decent, particularly if you have all of your magic kingdoms, because upon doing so, she should have around an 8 soul gain or so. So 8 souls per cast is definitely still pretty decent. And Warg is pretty nice. He has a static 10 soul gain. So regardless of how upgraded he is, you always get 10 souls. And Warlock is the cheapest thing with Necromancy in the entire game. Not only is he rare, but he also has it on his very first trait. He also has a decent damage output and works really well with Valkyrie. White did get nerfed slightly. He used to have a trait that helped him gain even more souls, though that was placed with Undying, so he no longer has that. He only does like 8 souls early on in the game, somewhere around there. Still okay. If you're using a true damage team, I would definitely say put a white on it early on in the game for the souls. But for the most part, I don't really think white's worth it as much anymore, since they got rid of his fire spirit. You used to be able to run it with Miststalker and do like a 4 or 3 red team with him to get like 3 or 4 additional, not only life steal, not only life gain, but also souls on top of that. But they unintentionally nerfed him by giving him Undying. I really wish they would replace out Life Drain with Undying and then give him back his Fire Spirit that he had before. Because that was pretty useful for early game players. The last slot Fire Spirit that he used to have. But unfortunately he doesn't have it anymore. But yeah, that doesn't really leave too many. That is mainly just a Valkyrie, a Warg, a Warlock, maybe a White, and a Banshee. Those are about the only real early game soul farmers you'd be using realistically. And then you'd eventually shift into things like Dark Troll, and eventually triple Warlock Valkyrie for challenges and stuff like that. And then once you get to late game, you start using things like Dragon Soul, Fairish Ra, Soul Zara, and stuff like that. Let's see. You did it too. You got 2 Valkyries, or 2 Vaults, did treasure maps for like 2 hours straight, and got like 50 gems in that. Nice. You were so happy, it felt like it was impossible. Yeah, it can be pretty intimidating. I was really surprised that we did get it the first time around. There's a really weird strategy to vault or to treasure hunt that is a lot different than what you normally do in the game. And I know for myself, I'm not particularly decent at it, but yeah, you mainly just need to make sure the bottom of the board doesn't get too congested. That's like the best tip I could possibly give anyone, because that's the main thing that kills any map. Is the fact that you can't do anything with the bottom of your board, and that's very slowly starts moving up and up and up until you're just left with the most useless moves ever in the treasure hunt. Once you get the bottom of the board nice and cleared, keep all of your big resources nice and condensed towards the bottom, and make sure none of the smaller ones are there. From there, you can normally make for a pretty good map. Some maps just happen to always be bad, though. Even if you play some perfectly, you're just still going to get a bad outcome. It just happens sometimes. Well, throw that down. And that is match right there. Let's see. Oh, the player has 3 times Warlock. Yeah, 3 times Warlock into any soul farmer in the entire game is pretty decent. Valkyrie is the ideal, but you can run it with stuff that's not Valkyrie. Also, if she doesn't have a Valkyrie, and that's why she's not using it with it, Valkyrie is obtainable in the Soul Forge right now. It's not a guaranteed chance, but if we go over to the Summoning Stones, I believe she's under red this week. Never mind, I lied. She's under... Wait, did they change it already? Wait. Never mind. It doesn't change at... What? Okay, now I'm really confused. It doesn't change every Sunday? It changes, I mean, every Monday? It changes randomly throughout the week. What? Okay, I did not know that. Never mind. Well, Valkyrie's not craftable anymore at the moment. Apparently, this changes every few days instead of every Monday. Oh, look, even the troop that's currently in the thing right now is actually available, the Ssaszix. That's funny. Okay, I did not realize that. Well, the more you know. Well, I guess I'll still go over it on Mondays, but I'll mention that it only lasts for like a few days or something. I didn't notice that. Yeah, it seems to shuffle every few days, apparently. Interesting. Okay, anyways, never mind. Valkyrie's not craftable in them anymore. She was. Not at the moment, though, apparently. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. I know, fingers crossed that Fairish Ra is in the drop pool tomorrow. Those do last all week, the Legends and Mythics. Hopefully they will be craftable. Definitely looking forward to try to get them, that is for sure. I'll probably get one myself and do a 4 Fairish Ra just for the fun of it. And of course, we will definitely do a video. If he does come out tomorrow, we will definitely be covering a video, probably on Tuesday, going over Fairish Ra teams, how to use him, what he's used for. Well, obviously he's used for soul farming, but you know, how to use him and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading off for tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful holiday. I will see you all tomorrow night and with the event video tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. So hope you all have a wonderful week. See you all later. And Firebomb is in the drop pool tomorrow. Did you get that confirmed? That's actually pretty decent if it is. Has that been confirmed by the devs? Wait, before I go, Maximuse, has that actually been 100% confirmed? Because I'll need to make sure to mention that, because that's actually pretty important information, if that is indeed true. Because I need to get myself a Mythic Firebomb as well. Our Firebomb's only ultra rare at the moment. Let me see, Firebomb. I'm probably just going to wait till New Kingdom, though. But yeah, he's only ultra rare at the moment. He only gains like 3 damage from being Mythic, but 3 damage is pretty relevant in the context of challenges and explores. According to the troop event page. Oh, I forgot. Don't they have a thing on that other website that shows that? Completely forgot about that. Yeah, hopefully. I'll go open a couple hundred tomorrow and see if he's indeed in there. But yeah, if he is, I'll definitely make mention of it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone. And best of luck if Fairish Ra is in the drop pool. Goodbye, everyone.